The term biodiversity, from biological diversity, refers to the variety of life on Earth at all its levels, from genes to ecosystems, and can encompass the evolutionary, ecological, and cultural processes that can sustain life. Biodiversity and ecosystem is defined as the vast variety of life forms in the entire Earth. It can it encompasses all kinds of life forms, from the single-celled organisms to the largest multi-celled organisms. Its definition is in the structural and functional perspective and not as individual. The term biodiversity was first coined by Walter G. Rawson in 1986. According to the International Union of Conservation of Nature and Natural Sciences, as also known as IUCNI-NR in 1998. The biodiversity is the variety and variability of species of their population, the variety of species and their life forms. The diversity of the complex association with species with their interaction, and the ecological process which influences, perform, threats to biodiversity, a habitat loss and destruction, alteration in ecosystem composition, overexploitation, pollution, contamination, and global climate change. What is a genetically modified organism or GMO? Genetically modified organisms or GMO are plants, animals, or microorganisms in which genetic material or DNA has been altered in a way that does not occur naturally by mating and or natural recombination of WHO on 2014. So basically anything that has been genetically altered DNA, anything that has been changed is a, a GMO. So we could consider crops that has been farmed and made in factories are also GMOs. And a genetically modified organism contains DNA that has been altered using genetic engineering. A genetically modified animal is mainly used for research purposes, while genetically modified plants are common in today's food supply. The most common GMOs are corn, canola, alfalfa, cotton, papaya, potato, soy, and sugar beet. What is the impact of genetically modified organism to biodiversity and environment? A major concern of genetically modified organisms is that they will cause reduced genetic diversity of plants and animals in the environment. What this means is that the DNA which codes for proteins in an organism will become more similar between individuals of a species. So basically what it is saying is that more and more plants or animals, if made in GMO, will sooner or later will have its own individual similarities of species, of in between species. I mean, genetic modification produces genetically modified animals, plants, and organisms. If they are introduced into the environment, they can affect biodiversity. For example, existing species can be overrun by more dominant new species. This and other potential effects are considered during the licensing procedure. So, if by chance the GMO made plant or animal is introduced to the environment, and if so, they are genetically modified, which means they are genetically dominant and biodiversified, which means they could destroy natural species and they will become the new so-called species because they have the dominant side, and so that natural species of plant or animal will become extinct, or it is a possibility which has not happened as of yet. Biotechnology is the branch of applied science that uses living organisms and their derivatives to produce products and processes. These products and processes feature in healthcare, medicine, biofuels, and environmental safety. Biotechnology is a broad an area of biology involving the use of living systems and organisms to develop or make products. Depending on the tools and application, it often overlaps with related scientific fields. Biotechnology is essentially important for us now in the current generation, for we are now more dependent and we are more growing on biotechnology as a source of our food, clothing, and ways of living. So biotechnology truly is a double-edged sword. What is the main purpose of biotechnology? Biotechnology utilizes living cells and cellular materials to create pharmaceutical, diagnostic, agriculture, environmental, and other products to benefit society. It is also used to study and to alter genetic information in animals so that human diseases can be modeled and studied. So, biotechnology by all means is not evil. It depends on the person who has it. As it is said here, its main purpose is to utilize living cells and cellular materials to create pharmaceutical, diagnostic, agriculture, environmental, and other products to benefit the society. Biotechnology may help create markets by developing new industrial, medicinal, and aromatic crops. Given the richness in biodiversity, several developing countries that have the capabilities, such as Brazil, China, and India, could produce new value products based on local flora. Biotechnology may help achieve the productivity gains needed to feed a growing global population, introduce resistance to pests and diseases without costly purchased inputs, heighten crops' tolerance to adverse weather and soil conditions, improve the nutritional value of some foods, and enhance the durability. Now, what are the disadvantages of biotechnology? One major disadvantage of using biotech products is serious health risks which are involved when unwanted biological agents get introduced right into the human food supply. Biotech pharmaceutical products are available to fight against specific diseases and illnesses, for example, cancer and also AIDS virus. Thank you for listening and God bless.